8.1 question number B 9. In triangle ABC, right angled at B, right? What have they given us? Then A equals 1 by root 3. All right, so if we look here, because it says 10A, right, that means my theta should be at A, as you can already see here. So which means this is my hypotenuse, this becomes my perpendicular, and this is my base. Right, we also find the value of this, both of them. So solution, let 10A, because you can see 1, right, so I'm going to put k by k again, because they're in ratio, and what are two sides corresponding to 10? Perpendicular by base. So perpendicular by base will get any positive integer. So once again, we'll use the Pythagoras theorem and find a third side before we start solving. All right, so by the Pythagoras theorem, the square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. AB is how much? Root 3. So root 3k, right, the whole square. BC is how much? K, so k square. Then now remember, like the previous one, root 3k the whole square, it means if I separate the square now, it will be and then k square. So what happens here, this root and the square, they get cancelled, and all left at 3k square, which you can see here. Alright, then k square is k square, and when you add 3k square plus k square, 3 plus 1 is 4, right? So that's why I'll have here 4k square. This square will go to the other side, it will become root of, and we know that 4 is a square root of 2. Alright, from here we'll get that AC is how much? 2 times k. Now let's start solving both 1 and 2. Alright, so now sine A cos C plus cos A sine C. So I'm just writing down a side. Okay, sine, what are two sides? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Cos, what are two sides? Base by hypotenuse. Cos again, base by hypotenuse. Then sine, perpendicular by hypotenuse. Now be careful, because this is sine A, right, which means we'll be looking at this diagram, and then when they say C, we'll be looking at this diagram. So here, this is our hypotenuse, this is our perpendicular, and this is our base. Here, this is our hypotenuse, this is our perpendicular, and BC is our base. Alright, so sine A means what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. So my perpendicular is how much? BC, right? Because remember, sine A, right, hypotenuse is AC, so I've written BC by AC. Now cos C, that means we'll be looking at this diagram where theta is at C. Cos C, that means what are two sides? Base by hypotenuse. My base is how much? BC. My hypotenuse is AC. That's why BC by AC. Now let's go next again. Cos A, right? That means this diagram again. So cos A, what are my two sides? Base by hypotenuse. That means AB by AC. That's why you can see AB by AC. Now again, sine C. Once again, this diagram. Alright, sine C. What are two sides? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. So my perpendicular is this, and then hypotenuse is AC. So AB by AC. Alright, now once we're done with that, I'm going to multiply these two diagonal. Okay, so BC into BC, BC square, AC into AC, AC square. You can see here, same thing, AB into AB, AB square, AC into AC, AC square. Now let's start putting a value. While putting the value, you can use either of the two, alright, because same, right? I mean, the values are same. Alright, it's just that the size differ according to where the theta is. Alright, so BC is how much? BC is K, so I've written K, and then AC is how much? AC is 2K, so I've written 2K. Alright, now next is what? AB square, right? So AB is how much? AB is again root 3K, so I've written root 3K, and then AC is how much? AC is again 2 times K, so I've written here. Alright, now let's multiply K into K, I'll get K square, then 2K square, right? That means 2 to the 4 K square. Alright, same thing, root 3K square means I'll get 3K square, and then same thing here, 2 to the 4 K square. Alright, now you can see here, if you look at the denominators, they are same, 4K square, 4K square. That means LCM will be same, and because the denominators are same, just write down the numerators direct. Okay, so you can see here K square and then 3K square. Now K square plus 3K square, I'll get 4K square divided by 4K square. I can divide these two, I'll get 1. Alright, so the first part is done. Now let's do Roman number 2 again. Alright, so once again, two diagrams, because once theta is at A, and then the second time theta is at C. Alright, this is the hypotenuse, perpendicular, base, which is root 3 times K, and this is our hypotenuse, perpendicular, and then BC is our base. So cos A, what are the two sides? Base by hypotenuse, base by hypotenuse. Sine is what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Now first is cos A, right? That means we'll be looking here. Cos A, what are to say? Base by hypotenuse. So my base is how much? AB, right? So I've written AB, hypotenuse is AC. So I've written AC. Same thing. Now it is at C, which means I'll be looking at this diagram. Alright, my base is BC, and then my hypotenuse is AC. So you can see BC by AC. Now sine A, right? So once again, this diagram, sine A. So perpendicular by hypotenuse, BC by AC. So BC by AC. Next is sine C, which means this diagram again. So perpendicular is AB, and then hypotenuse is AC. So you can see AB by AC. Alright, so once you're done writing down the sides, you can use any of the two triangles to put the values. Okay, what is the value of AB? AB is root 3k. So I've written root 3k. AC is 2k. You can see, right? AC is 2k. Then next, BC is how much? BC is k here, you can already see. Then AC is 2k. Next again, BC is k, right? So I've written k. AC is 2k. And then AB is how much? AB is once again root 3k. Then AC is how much? 2k. Alright, so once you're done with that, let's multiply. So root 3k into k will give me root 3k square. Then 2k into 2k, 4k square. Alright, and then k into root 3k, okay, root 3k square. 2k into 2k, 4k square. You can see that this is plus and then this is minus, right? That means I can subtract both of them. My answer will be 0.